Hello, wrestling fans, boxing fans, and everybody out there. It's ride time. Fans, I'm doing something that I don't do very often. This is my second video in one day. I don't do that very often. Wrestling and boxing forever. Game Changer Wrestling had a show at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Jon Moxley versus Homicide. Jon Moxley came away with the Game Changer Wrestling's world title, successfully retained over Homicide. But it was a heck of a matchup from A to Z. And also on that card was Matt Cardona, Joey Janela, and Jeff Jarrett. It was a hell of a card from A to Z. And it was a phenomenal show. Sold out at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Terrific show. Jon Moxley, Nick Gage. It was a hell of a show. So let's move on. I told you guys earlier that NWA has a show coming out on the 12th of February. It's called Power Trip. The NWA World's Heavyweight Champion will be on the card. The National Champion will be on the card. One of the matchups that I heard about was Anthony Mayweather versus Chris Adonis for the National Championship. And this upcoming week on Power, it's a Hard Times 2 rematch with Trevor Murdoch and Mike Knox. As I said, Kerry Morton moves on in the Junior Heavyweight Championship tournament. And also FTR called out the Briscoe brothers, formerly of Ring of Honor Wrestling. Lucha Underground and Major League Wrestling, they're working together. It's a partnership. And in some other news, we're going to talk some boxing now. Anthony Joshua. There's been talks and ramblings about him stepping aside so Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury can fight each other for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. Anthony Joshua shuts that down. He says, unless you hear it from me, don't listen to everybody else. And unless you hear it from me, it's not true. So Anthony Joshua shuts that down. Terence Crawford says he's willing to fight the winner of the Brian Castano-Jermell Charlo rematch at 154. Now, either fight, whether it be Brian Castano or Jermell Charlo, I think it would be a great matchup. A great matchup. Terence Crawford, a very skillful fighter, very, very talented across the board from A to Z. I think he would give any one of those guys trouble. Now, I saw the first fight between Brian Castano and Jermell Charlo. In my opinion, Brian Castano should have won that fight. They protected Jermell Charlo by giving him a draw. Look, I know there's some people that disagree, and that's their thing, that's what they do. No problem with me with people who disagree. But in my opinion, I think Brian Castano won that fight. In my opinion. Tonight on Raw, there's supposed to be a weigh-in between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And, I give you guys the news as I get it. Rick Titus, he is the Ring of Honor television champion. Ring of Honor Wrestling invaded Impact Wrestling. And so is this ROH and Impact Wrestling working together a permanent thing? Or is it just something to do to keep the Ring of Honor guys working? Time will tell. Because I know the NWA is working with Impact Wrestling. They've worked with Ring of Honor plenty of times. Even before Billy Corgan took over the NWA, the Ring of Honor and NWA had been working together. So we'll see what happens with it. That's all I got for right now. Wrestling and boxing forever. Ride time.